Hey guys, Andrew coming at you. In this one, we're going to talk about the Swedish personal number. This is probably the most important detail I can give, or at least I think back, like, what did I need more than anything else, and what can I tell others? Again, I'm going to just give you my personal experience with it and my advice. It doesn't mean that my advice is right. I came to Sweden, once it hits August, it'll be 5 years ago. So, this is coming from my memory, and I'm sure small things have changed, which is why I like the community that we're building. So if you can go ahead, if you have any other updated information, any of the people that are involved, please write it in the comments below. I really like what we have happening. Someone asked about a video about driving in Sweden. Even though I don't drive, I will try to do a video on that. I'm just being careful, like maybe once or twice a month I want to give videos out there about Sweden, but I don't want it to define who I am on a YouTube channel. I'm going to just take a sip of this coffee that actually has a picture of, I got this for my 30th birthday for my girlfriend. I love it. It's got a picture of me here. Let me just sip my coffee here. It's important. I'm almost a Swede. I need my coffee. So anyways, when I first came to Sweden, I didn't have a personal number. And I was in for a rude awakening that you pretty much can't do anything without a personal number. You can't open up a bank account. I couldn't get a cell phone serviced completely. I know there's cell phone services out there that you can get where you can scratch off cards, but basically having a month-to-month cell phone service, you couldn't rent anything that takes credit, anything that you need to history to buy something. So what I mean by that is if you want to do anything with a card, charge something, not necessarily even a credit card, but do that. If you need to pay taxes or anything that deals with money, basically, you need to have this personal number. The first thing I would do if I came to Sweden is figure out where the Skatteverket, and I'm going to mispronounce this, but Skatteverket office is. It's the tax office. Figure out where that is in your community and just go and just get a number. That's another thing. When you come to Sweden, you need to hit a button and just pull out a number. Do that and just talk to a human being. A lot of times in my experience, you'll talk to people, you get a couple different answers, but figure that out because it's changed since I've been there. I think now to open up a bank account, you need to have a personal number and you need to have a Swedish ID. At the time when I came, you just needed a personal number to open up a bank account. Maybe things have changed. I'm sure your jobs can help you if you have a job or anything else, but you're going to want to have a bank account probably to have money in and to transfer money out as well. So that's what I would go with. So go ahead and get that personal number. Go to the Skatteverket office. I'm sure there's other things that it'll say. I'm sure you can go on a web page and it'll give you step by step. But I would actually just go and talk to a human being, pull out a number, and do it that way. I didn't have a cell phone when I first came. I came in 2012. I didn't have any phone, and I couldn't get a phone because I didn't have a personal number. I couldn't buy anything. And I hadn't gotten a paycheck yet, and it was a weird time. It was like I was living in the 80s or something because I had to talk to my friend. We had to make a plan beforehand of what we were going to do, when we were going to meet, which is actually kind of cool. It wasn't a bad thing, but it was interesting. So that was interesting, but that's what I had to do. The Swedish personal number is very, very important because you're gonna need it to pay taxes and everything else. And you will get it, but it takes time. It has to come in the mail, and that's the thing. To get the personal number, you have to go to Skatteverket. You have to probably fill out some paperwork. It's been a while again, so I don't know. Then you have to go to an immigration office and get your fingerprints, your height and stuff, your picture taken to give you a card that'll give you your Visa card. And I always mispronounce this, so I'm going to say it now. And if you're Swedish, keep in mind that my Swedish is okay, but I don't have to say this word a whole lot, and it's uppehållstillstånd. Uppehållstillstånd. Anyways, I don't want to give my personal information, so I don't want to show you what it looks like necessarily right now. But you need to get that. That all is connected with the personal number. That's the first thing I would do if I came to Sweden, is take care of that, because it took time. To the point where when I got my first paycheck at the time for my job, I had to go to a bank and actually just get cash because I didn't have a bank account. So you're walking around with thousands of Swedish crowns, which is not good either, especially in Sweden because they don't really take cash like they do the rest of Europe. So if you're coming to Sweden, this is the first thing I would try to knock out is the Swedish personal number. I think you probably still need one whether you're a student or anything else to get benefits. But taxes, everything else, trust me, in Sweden, they're going to make sure you pay your taxes. I can do a video about taxes another time. So I hope you liked this video. I hope it was informative. If you like it, you can always feel free to like, share, and comment. If you're Swedish, figure that one out as well if you want to add anything else. The idea of these videos is make it as helpful as I can. It's always going to be through my perspective, so it never means that I'm going to be 100% right, but I don't see other people going ahead and doing this as well. I like the community that we're building here within the Swedish stuff, which is great. It's fantastic, but I don't want it to define my whole channel. I got into this more for music, and with my computer dying the way it does, it takes me a little longer to do videos, but I still want to do covers and everything else. But I see in this YouTube world, you know, you have to be able to give something to other people. I see there's an interest and there's a hunger for this, and I want to do some good in the world with my advice, and getting it out there. I even have these weird thoughts in my head of like maybe a year or two from now I can do like a meet and greet in Stockholm or something like that and meet people that are coming from Sweden and having a fun event or helpful things. It's kind of like where my head is spinning and where it wants to go with all this. So I hope you found some important information here. Always ask questions in the comments below. Feel free to comment below, but this is probably an important one. And I'm not going to take the time today to put all the links in for like Skatteverket and everything else. You can just watch this video, talk to your employer or something, and then just take those steps as soon as you get here. Figure out where the immigration office is. If you would do that stuff, you're probably going to get it much faster. I think for me, after all the steps that I took, it took about 2 to 3 weeks to get everything in and everything that I needed. So that's what I got for you guys. I'm going to finish this coffee and go on my run. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Wait, I'm moving my hand away there because every video, it always like, I see my hand going here and it looks bad. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.